All right, so we know when these Mopars get stolen, most of the time what's going to happen is they're going to steal it from like a parking garage, they're going to steal it from a parking lot, somewhere where the car is parked overnight, whatever. Maybe from your driveway, maybe from the street parked in front of your house. Most of the time, these thieves will not confront you face to face, but in rare occasions, thieves will take it to the next level. In this situation I'm about to show you, these thieves took it to the next level. They took it there. So let's go ahead and get into the video. Today's video is brought to you by Carlock, the world's best GPS tracking and alert system. With Carlock, you'll be able to get various alerts to monitor your car, such as vehicle movement, vehicle vibrations, engine starting. The unfortunate event that your Carlock gets disconnected, you will get an alert for that too. You can purchase your own Carlock by clicking on the link down below. That will give you a 10% discount on your Carlock purchase, as well as use my code to get a 14-day free trial with Carlock as well. Get you a Carlock, you deserve that peace of mind. Let's get into the video. You see the title and you see the thumbnail. So like I said at the top of the video, most of the time these thieves, when they steal these Mopars, whether it be Charger, Challenger, Scat Pack, Hellcat, we can go down the line of all the Mopars and stuff like that. Most of the time what's going to happen is they're stealing it from, a parking garage, somewhere where the car is parked, right? In rare occasions, they will take it to the next level and meet you face to face and try to get the car from you. In my area, I've done a couple of videos on some situations where car thefts have happened in some crazy situations, right? We had one that didn't happen too far from me where a person was robbed at gunpoint for their car. They did get the car back because it was tracked. We had another situation which I talked about not too long ago where this car was stolen. They found the car on the other side of Charlotte in a storage unit being taken apart for parts and whatnot. And there's a whole situation with them in that storage unit and whatnot, but you can go check that video out as well. But this next situation also happened in Charlotte, I think about a couple of weeks ago actually, and this situation went totally left. So let me show y'all what happened. All right guys, like I said, this situation happened in Charlotte not too long ago. So
tonight, new details on a carjacking and shooting in Southwest Charlotte. This all happened Wednesday morning at the Addison Apartments on South Tryon Street, just north of Arrowwood Road.
WCNC Charlotte's Julia Kaufman is live there now. Julia, you actually got a chance to speak with one of the victims.
Yeah, Nick, she didn't want to go on camera, but she told me her car was stolen in the parking lot here, right outside of her apartment. And in the process, her husband was shot multiple times.
All right, so setting the scene for you guys. So this happened at an apartment complex in Charlotte. I think it should be on the southern part of Charlotte, if I'm not mistaken, off Arrowwood. If you know the Charlotte and you know the area and all of that. So kind of red flag number one, car parked at a apartment complex. I did a video a while ago about parking a car here. Usually it's going to be a sign of trouble. Some way, shape, or form that's going to happen. So
here has been very quiet. People are nice.
People say they rarely have issues in the Addison apartment community.
Other than like little break-ins, but to hear somebody carjack somebody and shoot them is like on a whole different level.
They're shocked not only a car theft, but a shooting unfolded in the parking lot. Police say they were called on the scene around 6 a.m. on Wednesday. One neighbor who wanted to stay anonymous says he witnessed it from his apartment.
Next thing I know, I see flashing lights and the police are here and the ambulance and fire trucks.
The woman whose car was stolen tells me her husband went to start her car for her before work. That's when she says 4 people jumped out of a car and told him not to move.
All right, so pretty much, okay, car doesn't appear to be parked. It looks like it's parked like out in front of the apartment building or whatnot. So the husband goes out to start the car. It is a Dodge Charger. Now, the only thing that we don't really know here is, okay, if it's a Dodge Charger, it has remote start. So why didn't they just use remote start to start the car? Car may have had a check engine light. I mean, I just had one on my car for something silly, and that caused my car the remote start not to work. So this could be the same situation here, but it doesn't make sense for them to go physically outside to start the car unless that was the case.
They immediately started shooting.
And I was asleep, and I'd say it was either around 3 or 4 a.m. I heard 2 loud bangs.
The victim says the suspects then stole her Dodge Charger, leaving behind her wounded husband.
All right, so he goes and starts the car. Now, the only thing that's not clear in this report is whether they approached him before he went to start the car or was it after. So that's something that's kind of unknown here. My assumption is going to be after, because the only way they could approach him before if they knew that he was somehow tied to the owner of the car, and they approached him before he got to the car. But my thought, they approached him after he started the car. So he goes in there or out there, starts the car. Then he gets out the car, and then that's when they run up on him with the guns and things like that. And then he turns around, and then that's when they start shooting at him.
Thankfully, the bullets only grazed him, leaving minor injuries, and he's going to be okay.
Now, regardless of what happens to the car at this point, the fact that these thieves can't shoot is good. Thankfully, this guy only got grazed by bullets, did not die at all. He got wounded but didn't die. So that's the best part of this whole video right there. It's not worth losing your life over this. Someone shouldn't have to go through this situation with these cars at all, or any car.
The victim says she actually was able to get her car back because it has a tracker on it.
So that is the situation at hand. There was a couple of things that they didn't mention in this report. The first thing they didn't mention is the suspects are still at large. So they haven't caught the suspects. They don't know who it was or anything like that. So that is still something that remains unanswered. Also, another thing as well, this apartment complex is a gated in apartment complex. I know a lot of times people are like, it has to be like kind of a gated community and things like that. This apartment complex was a gated in complex, but however, the gates never closed. So it kind of defeats the purpose of that. As you heard at the end there, the husband, like I said, was not fatally harmed here in that situation, which is the best news out of everything. You know, like I said, losing life over this is ridiculous. It's senseless that it even gets down to that people would go try to end someone's life over this car, you know. And also on top of that, they were able to get the car back. They was able to track the car and get the car back. So two good things, but the best thing is no one lost their life in this. Now, the scariest part of this whole thing is the thieves ran up on him to steal the car. I know, like I talked about multiple times in the videos, that most of the time when thieves go to steal these cars, they are going to steal it when no one's around. They're going to try to sneak to the car, do when everyone's asleep and things of that nature. In some cases, take it to the next level like they did here. They took it to the next level and met this guy face to face. And all he was trying to do was just warm up the car for his significant other to go to work. And that's all he was trying to do, you know, doing the right thing there. People were watching him. That's something, regardless if you own one of these cars or not, the main thing is like, you got to watch your back. You got to watch your surroundings. Now, I'm not sure where they came from. Maybe it's one of those situations where you don't know where they are. You can't protect yourself against that, right? I know personally, no matter where I'm at, I'm always kind of looking around, just kind of be aware of my surroundings as best I can. And as you should, no matter where. You don't have to own one of these cars to be a victim of something, right? They got him off guard. I mean, it's early in the morning. He's probably still half asleep going out there trying to get the car warmed up for his girl to go to work and things like that. So he's not really, you know, looking around and things like that. I mean, who wouldn't be? I mean, if I'm up at 6 o'clock in the morning, it seems like he was up early, and now it's like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Actually, if I'm up that early in the morning, I'm going to be groggy and probably not on my A game either, as a lot of people probably will be the same situation. So if you're met with a situation like this, like, how do you protect yourself? How do you protect yourself from being a victim in this manner, right? This goes a little bit deeper than car protection and whatnot, because at this point, like I said before, I'm assuming that he already went to the car, unlocked the car, got the car crunk up, and was about to go back inside and just chill out until the car warmed up and things like that. This is one of those situations where, yeah, you can exercise your right to carry or whatever, but a lot of times you're gonna be caught off guard, especially if they sneaking up behind you or whatever, and you're gonna be outnumbered for the most point. I mean, if you're one person with one firearm or something on you, and they got multiple people with, you know, some arms on them as well, this ain't the movies, man. You're not about to shoot your way out of that situation for the most part. I mean, 1 versus 2, 1 versus 3, whatever the case may be, you're not just gonna fire your way out of that. To be honest, right? The best case scenario would be to almost just kind of, hey, let them have it, right? When it comes to the car, like, how do you protect yourself or protect your ride in that situation? To be honest, He already got the car crunk up, so it's already running. He has the keys on him. So they see him already with all of that. So no alert is going to help you in that situation. No kill switch is going to help you in that situation. No neutral strap cover is going to help you in that situation. The car's already running. You already have the keys on you. They have guns pointing at you. They're going to ask for the keys. And if you don't comply, you know what happens next, right? They're going to get the keys one way or another, to be honest. Either you hand them or they take them at that point. Let's to be real. The only thing you can do, and this is seem like what happened here, and this is the other good part that happened in the video, that they got the car, but it was able to recover the car because of GPS tracking. That's the only thing that really saved this car for them to at least get the car back. Unfortunately, the thieves are still out there, but at least they can get the car back. Now, whether or not they decide to keep the car after that, who knows? You know, if you go through a situation like that, you may think differently about owning that car because of what could have happened, but at least you live to be able to make that choice, right? You live to say, what do you want to do about that, right? So that's why, like, in that situation, like I said, GPS tracking is going to be the way to go. And as you guys know or may not know, I trust my car with getting it tracked by Carlock, which is a GPS tracker, which I mentioned at the beginning of the video here. With Carlock, a lot of the things that it does do won't prevent what happened here, right? You can't prevent someone running up on you with guns. It does have a lot of features as far as notifications for vehicle vibrations, engine started, car moved, car lock disconnected if someone does decide to pull that out for whatever reason, or they find it or stuff like that. You get all those notifications for that. But if the car is already running, you already got the keys on you, that doesn't matter. The GPS at that point is going to be the biggest feature of that particular device, right? And that's something they had. They was able to recover the car. Now, I'm not sure what condition the car was, but it was able to at least get the car back. And they don't have to go through the whole ordeal of not having the car, things like that. Now, like I said, whether they decide to keep the car after that or not, at least they are alive and together to make that decision on what to do with that. Now, again, I want to say this again. This is kind of the most extreme situation of these cars being stolen. We don't hear about this happening like that this often, right? Or often at all. Most of the time, like I said, thieves are going to see your car parked somewhere and going to break into it that way. And that at that point, Carlock is going to be your best bet to combat thieves on that by getting all those notifications that I mentioned, as well as some of the other accessories as well. Now, Carlock does plug into your OBD port under the dashboard, and there are hardwire kits to hide that device from that. That's one of the biggest things people talk about, is having it plugged in there. You can easily unplug it, but if you hardwire it, don't have to worry about that anymore. Vibration sensors, which I showed you guys on this channel before, work great. Various accessories for Carlock that definitely will work out for you, but the biggest thing is the GPS tracking if for some reason all else fails. So my main message is this, man: protect yourselves. Be prepared for whatever could come your way. Hopefully nothing comes your way, right? And that's the thing, no one thinks it's going to happen to them until it happens to them. Now it's like, I should have done something about it. I see it all the time. So make sure you do what you do to protect yourself. Carlock is definitely should be part of that, as well as other things to help protect yourself as well, which you probably can catch some drift on that. So make sure you at least get protected for one of the things I can help you out with here. Link below, get that and use my code for the 10% off and the 14-day free trial for the device. All that should be on the screen or at the beginning of the video as well, so you'll be able to see all of that. So my main message here, just be safe. Be safe and protect yourself. And if you were in that situation, what are you doing? What would be your next move if you're faced with multiple people with pew-pews aimed at you, one in your car? What are you doing? I hope you guys don't think you John Wick, man. Don't think you John Wick, man. Just give it up, bro. Just give it up. But if you made it this far in the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We talk a lot of car related things, as well as ways to protect your car and make you aware of crazy situations that are happening out there in the world. And hopefully that you are taking the necessary steps to protect yourself, your car, your property, something you worked hard for, and also protect your life. Just be on the lookout no matter what, whether it's about these cars or not. Always be aware of surroundings. So thank y'all for tuning in, man. Make sure you subscribe and made it this far in the video. We will catch you on the next one. We are out. Got it.